We were too distracted again. Too many things at the same time, including this gem. But it wasn't too long ago when we talked about sacrificing the First Amendment. And since then, Floridians' ability to exercise their First Amendment rights has slowly been eroded. And while some noticed it, many others did not, or perhaps they didn't care, or worse yet, firmly supported the erosion. This may be about to change though, because here's the next step.
Hey folks, it's Representative Anna Viescamani on our way to Tallahassee for what is the last series of committee meetings before session starts on March 7th. Last week, the Department of Management Services, known as DMS, issued new rules about public demonstrations in the state capitol that I think you need to know about. These rules have been in motion for quite some time and are designed to essentially stop all freedom of speech in Florida's publicly funded and public access state capitol. Basically, these rules would allow law enforcement to remove from the Capitol complex and charge with trespassing any individual law enforcement believes whose behavior will include visual displays, sounds, or other actions that are, quote, harmful to minors. If you disrupt the performance of official duties, again, very vague, any outdoor demonstrations that expresses a view on public issues or brings into public notice or infringe on the ability to attend public meetings. Also, any images of violence or gore, so depictions of severe injury, blood, organs, body fluids, all those are also, at this point, going to be banned. Of course, Florida Republicans and Governor Ron DeSantis are restricting access to freedom of speech in our state capitol as they ban abortion, ban books, attack LGBTQ plus people, defund public education, open up the state to more gun violence, and other atrocious policies that, of course, the public doesn't support and wants to express themselves in opposition to. Pretty ridiculous that they released it to start on March 1st, a week before session begins. Don't be deterred, stay connected, amplify what's happening in our state capitol, and let's make sure folks realize that their freedoms are at stake here in Florida.
What's important here is that there are 4 rules. Number 1 and number 2 are there in hopes that you will not read beyond that and critically evaluate numbers 3 and 4, which are about as vague as can be. Number 3 is the disruption to the performance of official duties, as in you're too loud, too visible, or perhaps too alive. Number 4, which is similar to number 3, but even more expansive and more vague. All this translates to any form of critical expression that doesn't suit DeSantis. The crowd is fair game to being silenced. The measures of being silenced are, I suppose, anyone's guess, but I'm not sure that I would want to find out. The new rules are supposed to go into effect with March 1st, before legislators arrive for their sessions. This practically disables anyone to assemble and raise objections addressing their legislators upon arrival. The troubling continuation here is that there are essentially 2 echo chambers. One is based on common ground. The other echo chamber is by force. The latter, particularly, is the hallmark of any oppressive regime. Echo by force also appears to be the approach that DeSantis is taking.